Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy DZ. Check me out on the upcoming episode of Only Touch Greatness podcast. Shout out my guys.
Growing up in the Pacific Northwest, who were some of your early influences in getting you into music?
You know, a lot of people ask me this, and I got like, I don't know, bro. Since I think it starts with what your parents were listening to, right? And so
Right.
I come up in a whole different time era where, you know, when people say who were your influences and who did you come up listening to, like I was riding to school with my dad, and he was playing Michael Jackson, the Jackson Five, Lionel Richie, Diana Ross, the Pointer Sisters, the Righteous Brothers, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, all the legendary greats. You know what I'm saying? Paul McCartney and Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, Tina Turner. And these artists that I'm mentioning are like the top tier artists coming up over all these years. So I used to ride around, and pops and moms used to listen to that type of shit. And then after me growing up listening to that, I think I got into rap and R&B when I was 8 or 9 years old, and was listening to, you know, Too Short in '88 and '89, and NWA and Ice Cube and Easy E and Dr. Dre and Domino and MC8 and DJ Quick and E40 and Spice One and just even Vanilla Ice and even Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Like I was coming up on some shit, bro. Like so, and then Tupac, you know what I'm saying, turned out to be like my all time favorite.
Me
You know what I'm
too.
saying, when I was a little older,
Mine's
just
too.
just the way he resonates and just his flow and just you know what I'm saying, his persona. And I always liked Tupac a lot. You know what I'm saying, he stood out to me over the years out of all the people I listened to and all the people I named. You know what I'm saying, in the rap genre.
Yeah,
But that's
being
those were all my early influences and stuff in just music in general, and that's what's combined it. And you know what I'm saying, that's like what my overall probably sound and ear for music really came from, you know.
Right.
being from the Pacific Northwest, have you ever come across Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Of course, I grew up
Oh.
listening to him, and
Yeah.
he's a buddy of mine. There
Okay,
was
perfect.
there was
Oh.
they just had a big event last year I've been to Sir Mix-a-Lot's house, out where he stays at and stuff. He got Lamborghinis. He got a big studio in his spot. He invited me out there when I first started rapping on my first album, because the place that I was recording at, and this is my first album, and I'm just getting into music, and I'm learning that mixing is a big deal. Mixing,
Mm.
your vocals and your beats and everything like that. And so I don't. They call him Sir Mix a Lot because he's a great mixer and
Mm.
whatever other reasons. But you know what I'm saying, when I was like, damn, you be mixing, he was like, come on, man, I'm Sir Mix a Lot. And I was like, all right. So I went out there, he mixed a song for me and said, this is on the house right here, just let me know if you like my sound and I'll mix your whole project for you. And but I think I went another route and found somebody else to do it because Sir Mix-a-Lot's availability and stuff like that, and it may have going to be costing a little bit more than whoever in the local studio type deal. So yeah, I've come across Sir Mix-a-Lot. He's a good buddy of mine. I've been to his spot. He did that mix on one of my first songs, and there was a big event last year at the EMP, and Sir Mix-a-Lot performed. It was like 50 years of hip hop, event, and Sir Mix-a-Lot was there, and he was the head act, and honestly, I just had a brand new baby, and last year she was like a little baby, you know what I'm saying? Because she's only a year and a half, 18 months right now, So I went there. I took the baby with me because I had her that day. I always got her, and I went there, and there was thousands of people there. I got through there with the baby, and I seen Sir Mix-a-Lot's boy, who who really hooked me up with Sir Mix-a-Lot. And he said, "Hey Mix, look who's here!" And boom, Sir Mix-a-Lot saw me, and we all got on the private elevator and went downstairs to the private room at the EMP where he had just did a concert. I really missed the concert and the talking. I got there late, but I got to hook up with him, and we took a picture, and I took one of his CDs and got him to sign it and stuff because I got an autograph collection. And yeah, bro, Sir Mix-a-Lot, he's a cool guy. He had Dick's hamburgers and fries all in the dressing room. You know, like when you go somewhere and you get, they're like, "Yo, what kind of food do you want us to cover or get here?" You know what I'm saying? He had Dick's cheeseburgers and stuff. You know, that's like a staple spot in Seattle. Like,
yeah, it is. That's right. That's what I was about to
KC,
say. I was about to say that. Yeah, that's legendary in Seattle.
yeah, so like my guy out in KC, that's like equivalent to Gates Barbecue being like a legendary barbecue spot. This is like a
yeah, right.
This is like a staple burger spot that everybody goes to called Dick's, and it's right next to the Key Arena, Climate Pledge Arena. So it's like there's crazy traffic through there for all events. You know what I'm saying? Even my guy from Canada was just chiming in saying he knew about Dick's. He's probably been there after the Kraken game or something. You know?
Yeah, and a bunch of times, and I know that that's the one spot you want to go get a picture. It's a legendary spot for a picture as well.
One of my first videos, I did it in front of Dick's on Lake City Way because it's like such a staple, you know? I've been trying to do videos in front of places, you know what I'm saying, to put the town on the map. Like do one in front of the Climate Pledge Arena, do one in front of the, you know, they call it T-Mobile Stadium now. That's where the Mariners play. I did one when it was called Safeco Field there. Like do one in front of the University of Washington Husky Stadium. Like do one in front of the Space Needle, you know what I'm saying, in front of the Ferris wheel. Like I'm trying to put the town on the map. You feel me? So I'm doing it in all like staple spots. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's for sure. I had this question later. Actually, I was
going to hit you with this.
Come on,
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say how I like how you are putting in all your videos. You're bringing people to Seattle and putting the Seattle in the. I love Seattle as much as I love Vancouver. So like I love it when I see that these people, you had Inhale there, you had Jay Diggs, like you bring in all these people to Seattle to shoot videos.
And this is all, it's not it's not so much that I'm bringing them here. It's that while they're here, I'm getting wind of them being here. And I'm networking with them, making something happen while they're here, establishing the connection. And then after that, building the connection because the record comes out so good. And for example, like I did that with Jim Jones. And then the next time he came out, we did the video. And I did that with Freaky Zeke. And the next time he came out, we did the video. And I did that with Mike Jones. I think I sent it to Mike Jones.
Oh, shout out to Mike Jones.
Yeah, and then he came out to Seattle because he was working with somebody out here on a weed strand. And he came out to Seattle and we did the video. And same with Lil Flip. I sent him the track and he came out to Seattle. He was out here for a show and I hit him up and say, "Yo, let's do the video." And I'd be catching a lot of people just while they're here, you know what I'm saying? And Rich, he flies out special to Seattle just to fuck with me. He don't know anybody from Seattle but me. So it goes hand in hand both ways. Like a lot of people be out of Seattle, like our mutual buddy who hooked us up, Sibo. He's frequently in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring him out to Seattle. Seattle's like his second home type deal. You know what I'm saying? He's been coming here, you know, since the 90s or 80s or whatever, since he's been coming, you know?